That's going to move Plemons in the 67, Gaedeke in the 9 to the front row as we get ready to roll off of turn number 4. 25 laps the distance as they come off of 4. Green flag is out for the Sportsman main event. Down the back stretch they go. Plemons and Gaedeke battling wheel to wheel down into turn number 3. Gaedeke with an advantage down into 3 and 4. Stone and Monahan sitting side by side right behind them as they come off the corner. The 39 of Plemons right there as well. 5 cars in a dogfight at the top of the field, and Plemons battling back down low as they head down into turn number 3. Gaedeke with an advantage heading into 3 and 4 off the corner. Can this be the lap? He finds himself at the top of the leaderboard. It is, and Gaedeke becomes the second leader of the event at lap number 2. Down the backstretch, Monahan literally pushing that 9 down the backstretch. Problems for Plemons in the 39 as he slows up heading into the 3rd corner and off the pace. Off the corner, Gaedeke sets the pace. Monahan is up to 2nd. Plemons, Stone your top 4 as they head down to 1 and 2. The 0-7 of Chicolis rounds out the top 5 down the back straightaway. Off the corner they come, and they continue to chase the 9, but Monahan with a run-up on the outside evens up with the Gaedeke machine into the corner, and Monahan becomes the 3rd leader of this event. And here comes Stone to follow through up on the outside. They come off with 4, and Gaedeke is able to hold them off at the stripe that time by.
Stone continuing to attack now on the outside of Sean Gaedeke. Right behind them is the 67. That's Aaron Plemons. So it's a side-by-side slugfest between Stone, who earlier today had to replace both a transmission and a rear end on the 52, and it looks like it's working out fine as he noses into the 2nd spot.
Up into number 2 spot, Gaedeke back to 3rd. Plemons sits 4th. Chicolis rounds out the top 5 as they roll down into 3. The battle continues on for 2nd as Gaedeke tries to get back up to the 2nd spot. Stone shuts the door that time as the field starts to string itself out now around the 3/8 mile oval. Deep in the pack, the 16 machine of Zach Mead all sorts of crossed up, but gathers it back in.
The battle on for the 4th spot. Gentleman Jay Chicolis now swing to the outside in his battle against Aaron Plemons in the 67 machine. So Chicolis trying to get a run up high. He finished on the podium last week, finishing 3rd. We'll see if he can whittle his way on the outside around Plemons as they go into turn 3.
Into 3 and 4 they go side by side for the 4th position. Plemons on the inside, Chicolis up top, and Chicolis has the run. Takes the spot away at the stripe, edges out down into turn number 1, and trying to shut the door. Plemons battling back down low as they roll off of 2. Give it to Chicolis on the outside.
So as the battle for the lead looks like it's going to try to intensify, Stone pedaling as hard as he can to try to catch up to Monahan. That's the way they finished last Saturday night here at the Bowl. Monahan in 1st, Stone in 2nd. Then we have a little gap to Gaedeke, and maybe the quickest car on the track could be Jay Chicolis. He'll try to track down Gaedeke.
Trying to close in the gap there as we're at lap number 11 across the stripe, and once Monahan is out front, he is all but undeterred. He pulls away by 6 lengths down the backstretch. It'll be a dozen laps remaining as they hit the stripe this time by.
So we'll see if Al Stone can track him down. Then a little deeper in the field and having a good run tonight, the 64 of Michael Malburn. He sits in the 6th spot. Behind him, the doctor, John Porter. He'll try to make a house call on Malburn as they go into turn number 2. And then Kyle Garrow sits in the 7th position.
Porter started scratch on the field and has been able to pick the cars off one by one as he tries to work himself up through the pack. He's gotten up into the 7th position as he crosses the stripe that time down into turn number 1. As they head down, your leader heads down into turn number 3, undeterred at the top of the field. The Velvet Hammer, Sean Monahan setting the pace. Al Stone, the 3rd, sits 2nd. Sean Gaedeke sitting in the 3rd spot with Chicolis and Plemons, your top 5.
Sean Monahan looking to pick up win number 4 on the season, 4 of 7. He's had 2 seconds and a 5th in the 55 in the 2020 racing season, and going as hard as he can. Al Stone, we'll see if Stone can do anything in the final 10 laps Monahan swings his way off turn 2 and sets sail down the backstretch.
Yeah, Al hasn't been able to close in the gap once he got up into the number 2 spot, and I think Monahan's just setting his own pace up there, knows how far the 52 is behind him, and has no problem keeping that distance at the top of the field. Gaedeke still sits third on the grid. He's got a comfortable cushion back to Jay Chikolis in the number 7, who sits fourth, and Plemons rounds out the top 5. Sixth, the number 64 of Aaron Plemons and of Mike Malburn, and John Porter is knocking on the door there, trying to get up inside the top 6.
And actually, Kevin, I have to correct myself. It'll be win 5 of 7. So if you have a 5 for 7 batting average in baseball, that's pretty good. That's Hall of Fame numbers. And right now, Sean Monahan is tracking it up with 7 laps to go. Al Stone trying to track him down.
Stone using the telescope to keep an eye on that 55 ahead of him. Maybe 6 laps remaining this time by. And the top 2 have opened up over a half a straightaway advantage back to Sean Gaedeke in that number 9, who sits third. Battle for 6 still hot as Porter continues to work on the 64 of Malburn. Takes a look down to the inside into 3 and 4. Get to run there as they come off the corner. A little bit loose as Porter gathers it back in. And Malburn holds on to the spot. Hard and deep. Look at the smoke off the left front tire that time of the 38 of Porter. That's how hard he was on the brakes. 1, so he could turn the car. 2, so he didn't drive into Malburn into that first corner. Tries it again off of 4. Still, Malburn able to hold on to the spot with 4 laps to go. Your leader rolls into 3 and 4. 3 laps to go this time as Plemons in the number 39, slow on the racetrack, pulls it up into turn number 1, and that's going to draw the first yellow of this event.
Yeah, I can't rush it because then I screw it up.
Monahan up on the throttle, nice easy start, gets the jump. He'll lead it across the stripe, and a battle now for third. Chikolis trying to get to the outside of Gaedeke as they race down through turns 1 and 2. Stone settles into the number 2 spot, but the battle for third with 3. It'll be 2 to go when they come back across the stripe. The 52 of Stone sits in the number 2 spot as they cross. Here comes Chikolis edging out just barely of Gaedeke by 0.03 of a second that last time. Behind them, the 67 of Plemons, and here comes Porter looking for top 5, got it to turn number 3. White flag out, no question at the top of the leaderboard, but that battle for third still hot and heavy. The 9 of Gaedeke down on the inside. The 7 of Chikolis up top, still racing side by side. Porter now takes over the 5th position. Checkered flag is in hand. Sean Monahan dominates this one and picks up the win. Stone for second. Chikolis will hold on to pick up that 3rd position.
Yeah, not for one moment do I take for granted. You know, Bruce Thomas worked really hard on this car to make sure that it handles well, and it shows. You know, the guys ran with respect tonight. I mean, we really want to get some more cars out here and run in order to get the car count back up. We're going to have to run like gentlemen. So, you know, Al's on his game, but just quite not there yet. And I was a little worried about the way he was going, because I wasn't sure what you had for a car. But I think we had it covered really well tonight. I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I hope that we can bring you some exciting racing in the future. I want to thank Critical Science, thank my wife Jennifer and Brody, everybody that helps out with the car, and God bless you all. Thank you so much.